How's it going, everyone? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, aka the Lonely Hermit. And today, ladies and gentlemen, got another tier list coming your way. This is the Generation 2 Shiny tier list. Now, quick note to Alan Knight, who commented on the last video. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. I will, after we get through the Gen 8s, the first tier list I have on my list is going to be the Pokeballs, okay? First tier list on the list, I promise. This is the first tier list we will do after we're doing all these generations. We will do the Pokeballs, I promise. But we're getting into Generation 2 here, and actually, well, another thing, before we get into that, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. If you guys are already subscribed, be sure to leave a like on the video. Also, I have a Twitter and Instagram. They're both at Hermit, the best place to stay updated with the channel, so make sure you jump all the way there. And I also stream over on Twitch. It is Lonely Hermit __. So go check out all those things and drop follows while you are there. I also have another series that's actually going to start on Monday. We have a Pokemon Platinum randomized Nuzlocke starting on Monday. So get excited. We're going to Sinna. And today, actually, I'm streaming the Delta episode over on Twitch from Omega Ruby because we just wrapped that up yesterday. So, but let's get right into this. Let's get into this right here. Here's the tier list. This is S is a great shiny, like amazing shiny, fantastic shiny. A is pretty great. B is a good shiny. C is a very average shiny. D is just like a really trash shiny, where it just doesn't change, or it barely changes, but it doesn't really work for it. You know what I mean? This is more based off of shinies, by the way. This is not really the Pokemon itself. This is more based off shinies. I had another tier list pulled up, but it had like every single unknown for no reason because they all have the same shiny. So I'm glad this one has just the A, but I'm sorry, the tier list is weird. I don't know why it's in this format. I don't know if they changed tier maker or something. I don't know why it's in this format. So I am gonna go back to putting the Pokemon up front, the newer ones up front. It is what it is. I'll just give you my thoughts on whether I put it lower or not, you know, all that good stuff. But let's get into it. Starting with Chikorita. I think Chikorita is actually pretty cute. I think it's a solid one. I think the green's a little bit better. I like the autumn sort of leaf though. I like the autumn leaf. I think it looks really nice with Chikorita. Bayleaf and Meganium. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of Bayleafs. I think it's the coloration of its body, not really the leaf. It's the body color. I don't know, that weird like tan. I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't really fit Bayleaf with the autumn leaf color, I guess. Maybe if they had made it a little more bronze, maybe that would have been a bit better, but I don't think it really works for me at all. But Meganium's is slightly different. I would say it's still pretty average. I don't think it's bad. I think it's just average. It's a nice little change that works. But I still think it's not the greatest. I still think regular Meganium just stands out a lot more. I get they were going for like they muted the autumn colors, but I think Meganium's just, it holds up, and I like, but like in an average level, it's like the Cyndaquil line, I think they're all B. I think all the Cyndaquil, the whole Cyndaquil line's B. I think it's solid. I like the red, I like the nice little, I guess, maroon kind of. I like it. I think it looks better than the blue, the natural blue. So I definitely would rate it higher than I think the other ones, but the originals rather. I think I would rather have these ones. But I don't think they go much higher than B. I think they're good. I don't think they're any better than that. The Totodile line, however, actually I think it stands out most on for Alligator. So I'm gonna throw it an S. The other two will get A because I think this has the best shiny out of all three of them. That blue replacing the red is simple, but it does the job. It just makes it look way better. It's definitely a shiny I would want to go for. And I just think for Alligator stands out the most. I think they kind of changed the body blue a little bit. I think they changed it as well. It's slightly different. And I think it works. It really works for Alligator. It makes it look 100 times better. Even just a simple little change like that made it 100 times better. Furret and Sentret. We'll give Sentret a B. Furret though, I'm not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of that shiny, not at all. I think Furret is better. It's not quite that like vibrant pink that they like to use, which we'll get to. There's multiple pink Pokemon in this generation, but it works. It's like that simple sort of change, and I think it works. Hoot and Noctowl. Other ones that really don't do it for me. These definitely aren't shinies I would go for. I don't think it's very good. I know Shiny Noctowl was in the anime, but in the games, I don't think Shiny Noctowl holds up to the original. I think the original, it's just simple brown looks better. I think it just looks better for Noctowl. I don't really like this shiny at all. And same goes for Ledian and Ladybug because they don't really change. They get more orange, which I guess, you know, Ladybugs, you know, are orange, but they're also blue, they're also green, they're also all these other colors. I think it would have been cool if they kind of went the sort of reverse Beedrill route, where they would have made the red maybe like blue, and they made the eyes green or something like that. I think that would have looked way better, but Instead, they just decided to kind of make it orange, and then it's just not very good. Ariados, Spinarak and Ariados, actually very solid glow ups. These two are definitely shinies I would go for. Shout out to Landon, who went so long for a shiny Spinarak in I think it was shiny hunting in Ultra. I don't know which one, but one of the Ultra games. But those shinies, to be fair, those are some very solid shinies. Definitely 10 million times better than the original. 10 million times better than the original. Just so much better. I definitely would put these two above the original by just a wide margin. And biggest glow up, one of the biggest shiny glow ups. Crobat, I'll definitely throw up here as well. Crobat, I love Crobat shiny. I think it doesn't really work on Zubat, doesn't really work on Golbat, but Crobats is where it really like pops out, and it really is a very, very solid shiny. I don't remember why I put Zubat or Golbat. I probably should have put them and see if I put them any higher, to be honest with you. But I think Crobat shiny is like it's worth the grind, and I think it's a very, very solid shiny. Chinchou and Lantern. I kind of like the way Chinchou's looks, that weird like green almost around it. I think it works, but I would still put it in average. Same with Lantern, I feel like they're pretty average shinies. These are the ones where you just kind of, I mean, to be fair, I like the tint. I like kind of the green tint that they both have, this almost like green tint. I think it does work for them, but I think Chinchou's better than Lantern. I do think Chinchou's looks better than Lantern's. I think if they maybe had stuck with it, I think it actually would have worked. As simple as it was, a simple little green tint change, I think if they would have kept it with Lantern, it actually would have worked. But I think I still think either way it's still a pretty average shiny. But it does have a little bit of differentiation. I think I'm gonna throw Chinchou and Beam, because I think if they had stuck with the way Chinchou's looks, I think that would have been a much better. As simple of a change as it is, I think it's still worth it. I think it's that nice green color to oh god, all these suck. All of these suck, dude. Clefairy is average because it just changes spikes. But the rest of them suck, dude. Look at those shinies. Garbage. Same with Togetic. All those shinies. Same with Xatu and Natu. Oh my god, it's just a string of bad shinies. It's just a string of bad shinies. Like, they don't change anything. I mean, these slightly darker, and I think slightly darker, like a gold tint, less saturated, I guess. Clefairy's the only one that really changes. It gets those green spikes, which I like. I like how vibrant the green is. That's why I'm throwing it in C. But wow, just a string of really bad shinies. Just a string of really bad shinies. But we're back to some good ones. Flaffy, Mareep, Flaffy, and Ampharos. I think I love Ampharos's pink. I really do. I think I'd throw A. I think I'll throw all of them A. Well, Flaffy's is pretty average. Flaffy's kind of like Clefairy, so we'll throw Flaffy all the way down here because it's just changing the tail to green. Flaffy was originally pink anyways, but I like that they made the other two pink. I think Ampharos looks really nice. Flaffy looks really nice. Mareep. It's a little hard to shiny hunt in Ultra Sun, or I had Ultra Moon, because of the paralyzed, so it was really annoying. Thunder Wave, really annoying. Actually, I think I'd throw Ampharos up here. I actually quite like it. I like a lot of pink shinies, depending on how they are. Like I said, there's a lot of pink shinies in this gen, so I don't want to speak too soon. But I think Ampharos is pretty solid. Blossoms is actually pretty good. I much prefer Blossoms to the original. I think it looks way better. I have both. I have both Blossom and Vileplume, and I gotta say, between the two of them, Blossom actually takes the cake. I like Vileplume more, but like normally, but I think Blossom shiny takes the cake over Vileplume's. But I think it's a solid A, very solid. It is a very great shiny. It is better than the original. It just kind of is that like cute, you know, coloration and stuff like that. So definitely would throw Blossom in A. Meryl and Azumarill. I actually quite like the gold. I think it's good. The gold for Azumarill. I think this color though, they should have stuck with, because that is a fantastic coloration. Look at that like seafoam green. That beautiful. I kind of wish they would have used it for Azumarill. I get what they're going for, but I think that seafoam green looks beautiful. It looks really nice, and that's fantastic. But for it being Meryl, kind of sucks, but that's a great shiny. Look at that. That's just beautiful. That's a beautiful color. Azumarill doesn't quite hold up. The gold's cool and all, or the yellow, I guess, more so. But I think it's a little disappointing that they didn't stick with that color, because it looks really nice. Pretty average. It's pretty average. I was gonna put it in D, but looking at it, no, it's pretty average. I think it does look a bit better than they were kind of going for like the fall kind of colors with some of these grass types. And it does look better than the original, but I still think it's a pretty average shiny. No, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's good. We'll move it up to B. I think it's good. I don't think it's like amazing, fantastic. I think it's good. It's definitely better than the original in my opinion. I think it looks better than the original Sudowoodo. Nah, maybe it'd be kind of on the back burner from when I would shiny hunt, but I still think it's a pretty solid, pretty good shiny. Pretty good shiny. Politoed shiny, dude. Speaking of all that's a very good shiny. Politoed shiny is definitely one I would go for 100%. That is a fantastic shiny that like those sort of pastel colors on it. Compared to the original, way better. I mean, way better. I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love Politoed. I mean, it's a frog, so it's gonna be like green and all that good stuff, or toad, I guess. But I think the shiny just looks infinitely better. So good. It's kind of the same as Spinarak's coloration, so it makes sense that I would also put it in A or S. But very solid shiny, way better than the original, like I said. Jumpluff, Skip Plume, and I'm blanking on the first one. Hoppip, Jumpluff, Hoppip, Skip Plume, and Jumpluff. I actually quite like Jumpluffs. Actually, as much as I don't like the Pokemon, I think these are pretty average. But I think Jumpluffs works the best out of all of them. That nice, I like the pink, the sort of baby pink on it. I like it. It looks really, really nice. And it looks definitely way better than the original. I think these two kind of aren't that much better than the original, so I wouldn't throw them higher. Kind of switch colors almost. They kind of switch colors, but I still wouldn't quite put them higher. I think they're pretty average shinies, but I think Jumpluff definitely stands out the most. I probably would go for it just for the sake of Jumpluff. Probably just for Jumpluff. Apom. Apom's pretty average. Apom's, I mean, I think it looks better. I think it does look better than the original. So I'm throwing good. I think it looks better than the original. It's kind of like Furt. I mean, wait, Centric Furt. I think I was calling them the wrong names. But I think it's better than Furts. Honestly, I think it is better than Furts. It looks nice. It looks nice compared to the original. I do like the purple on Apom normally, but I think it does look nice compared to the original. Trash. Awful shinies. Awful shinies. Get out of here. Dead. Look at this, like dead leaves. At least make it kind of like Chikorita's color. You know what I mean? That like autumn. No. Trash shinies. Yanma though. That's a shiny glow up right there. This is kind of what, but like the inverse, like green on the eyes, blue on the outside, should have been what they should have done with Ledian. Just think these colors on Yanma, put it on Ledian, but like reverse. Yes. Or something along those lines, or like that. I mean, I get that you didn't want to do it twice, but I mean, they kind of Spinarak, like a Spinarak and Politoed, there's the same colors, you know what I mean? So I think they should have done it or something. I mean, they could have done something so much better with Ledian, honestly. It's a ladybug. Ladybugs are so many colors. Whatever. We're on Yanma. Yanma is very great. Very great. I guess this is kind of what I was thinking of when I was describing Ledian. It's kind of the inverse Beedrill, because Beedrill has blue eyes, green body. But this is the blue body, green eyes, and I think it looks really nice. What is it? Green eyes, blue body, green eyes, blue dragonfly. Wooper and Quagsire. I think Wooper's looks nice. I think Quagsire's looks nice. I like the pink on Quagsire. It's really interesting. Yeah, that's about it. I just think it looks nice. Especially compared to the original, I think it's better. Not that Quagsire is bad, but I still think it's better than the original. Espeon, Umbreon. I might be in the minority here. I love Umbreon shiny. I feel like a lot of people do. Maybe, I don't know. I really like Umbreon shiny. The blue looks really nice. But I also really like Espeon shiny. And I know I'm in the minority on that one because I've talked about shiny Espeon on like socials and stuff, and not recently. And I've gotten people saying like, Espeon's not that good. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. But I actually quite like it. I think the green with blue, it just looks really nice to me. I really like it. That's one of the green shinies for me that really works. That really works. Murkrow. I'd say Murkrow's your pretty standard pink shiny. I think it's pretty average though. I think it's fairly average. I love the like all black Murkrow, Honchkrow. It looks really nice. Obviously they're, you know, dark types and stuff like that, so having a darker coloration. But I think the pink's pretty average on Murkrow. I think it, compared to the original, I would take either of them. Slowking, simple, and I think the pink changes a little bit. I was just gonna say the simple, the collar turns blue, but the pink kind of changes on it. I think it looks nice. I think it's good though. I think it's good. I'm Nah, I think it's good. I think it's good. I like it. It's not anything spectacular, but the simple changes does make it look better than the original, in my opinion. Misdreavus, I actually really like this green and yellow vibe. I feel like there aren't very many Pokemon who have that coloration, because I feel like a lot of Pokemon can't really pull it off. I think it looks really nice on Misdreavus. It's sort of like that toxic, poisonous look, because it is like a witch. You know, witches deal with like brewing potions and stuff like that. I don't know, that's just my logic. But I think it really works for Misdreavus. I really like it. Unknown is a pretty standard shiny, I'm not gonna lie. I think I like the blue. I do like the blue, but it's pretty standard, pretty average. Nothing to cry home about. There's not really a whole lot you can do with unknown for a shiny. I think it would have been cool if every Pokemon was like a different shade of color. That would have been amazing. That would have easily put unknown to S if every unknown was like a different color, but they didn't do that, so we'll just start and see. For now, I think it's fine where it's at right there. It's pretty average. Wobbuffet, I think it's also a pretty average pink shiny. It kind of looks like a tongue, which is weird. I don't know, to me Wobbuffet kind of looks like a tongue, so that's kind of weird. So I'm gonna leave it and see. Girafarig, pretty average, changing the red to blue. It's a nice blue, but the rest of it didn't really change. I think if they would have maybe desaturated a little bit and made the blue stand out more, then that would have been really nice, but I'll just keep it in C. Pineco Fortress. Now, bias aside, right, obviously I love Fortress, but that's actually a pretty solid shiny. Like the all gold, kind of like that old-timey almost filter on it, like the Western kind of filter on it. I actually think Fortress's shiny is a very good, and I wish it was in Sword and Shield, because that is a fantastic shiny compared to the original. I think Fortress's shiny really is good. Pineco's is like but I think Fortress is actually really good compared to the original. I think Fortress's shiny, all by its side, that is a pretty solid shiny. Dunsparce is, I feel bad for Dunsparce. We'll just start an A because I feel bad for it. Gligar, we'll throw in B. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I would take that Gligar over the original for sure. I would take the shiny Gligar over the original. I think it looks good. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good in B. Steelix, also another B. I think it definitely looks better than the original. I like the gold on it. I'll throw it in A because it is. I think it's much better than the original. I prefer the Steelix much better to the original, especially the glow up from Onix. I would shiny hunt Onix, which is a garbage shiny, just to get Steelix. I think it's a pretty solid shiny. Snubbull and Gramble. I think Snubbull's is nice. I think it's a B tier one. I think Gramble's is pretty nice. It's subtle. I can't even describe what color that is, because it's just a nice color. It's a nice color to look at. I think Gramble shiny is solid. It's kind of gray almost when you see it in game. I think it's kind of gray, but I think it's a pretty solid shiny regardless. Snubbull, I think Snubbull is fine to be. Quillfish. Did I regularly forget some Gen 2 Pokemon even exist, and Quillfish is one of them. I think it looks good though. I think that pink looks good on it. There are a lot of pink shinies in this gen, but I think it looks good. I think it looks good on Quillfish. Scizor. I think it's a really nice green. This is another shiny where the green works on it, and I really like. Actually, I like the two-tone. I think I'll bump it up. I think not you, Gramble. Sorry, Scizor. I think I'll bump it up. I like the two-tone green. I think it looks really nice on Scizor. It's a really like drastic change from the red, but I really like how they just kind of just flipped the script, kind of kept it a Scyther almost to Scyther's colors. Not almost, they really did keep it to Scyther's colors, and I like it. It really works on Scizor. I think it looks way better than the original, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong, the red on Scizor and the red and black look great, but I think it just really stands out as a shiny. Shuckle, pretty average, your standard, you know, blue, red to blue, kind of those changes. I put it, it's an average, pretty average shiny. Heracross, another Pokemon where I actually quite like the pink on it. I think the pink on Heracross is really interesting. It stands out and looks really nice. We'll throw it in B. I think A is a little too high. I think I'll throw it in B because it is a pretty standard pink shiny, but I do like it. I do quite like it, the way it works on it. Sneasel, I actually really like that pink and orange look. I like shiny Weavile as well, which we'll get to in a couple weeks, but Sneasel is like pink and orange. I think it looks really nice. It really stands out. Complementary colors, ladies and gentlemen, basic art. That it really works. It really works for Sneasel. I think it looks really nice and way better than the original because it stands out so much. Teddy Ursa, Ursaring. Teddy, I actually quite like the green. Another one, green shiny, that works. I do like the green. It's very vibrant. It pops out a lot. Like I haven't really seen a green shiny that really pops out quite like Ursaring. That really pops out. I don't like Teddy Ursa's. Kind of has the same sort of seafoam green when you compare it to Meryl. Kind of has the same seafoam green. I think Meryl stands out more, so that's why I'll put it higher, but it's still really nice. And Ursaring's, like I said, Ursaring's green just really like pops. Really pops. Slugma and Macargo, I actually quite like both of them. I think I'll throw them both in S. I think they're very solid, much better than the originals. Slugma's gray, it looks really nice. I'm kind of glad they didn't stick with gray though. I like the pink and I like the way the shell. I just really like Macargo in general. Macargo shiny looks really nice, especially compared to the original. That nice like brown shell compared to the pink, pretty good. Pilo Swine and Swinub, I think they're both pretty average. I think they're both pretty average shinies. Do I think they're better? Nah, they're pretty average. They're pretty average compared to the original. I would take either one. Nothing to cry home about. I was gonna say Corsola, that nice blue. I really like it. It's nice. Better than the original. Better than the original. I think it's a very nice blue on Corsola. Very nice blue. That a nice sky blue. You don't really see sky blue too often. But I think it really looks good on Corsola. Remoraid, pretty basic. Octillery, pretty basic. Octillery is a little meh, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the gold. It's kind of the same as Fortress, but I don't know. It doesn't work on Fortress like Fortress and Steelix. I think it works a lot better for them than it does for Octillery. I'll still give it an average, but it's all right. I like the purple on Delibird. I do like the purple on Delibird. I do quite like the purple on Delibird. So we'll go ahead and throw it a B. It's pretty good. Doesn't really change. To be fair, the blue on Mantine does look much better than the original. That it's like it pops. It's a very nice blue. So I'll give it some credit. I'll throw it an average because it is a nice change, but it's a pretty average shiny still. Skarmory is actually pretty nice. I like the sort of copper, almost a sort of bronze sort of look to it, but the green, like the nice green wings, I think it looks really nice. Skarmory looks really nice. Houndoom, I feel like the orange is a little more yellow now. I think they changed the shiny quite a bit. I think it's more yellow now, but I think it's still pretty average, both of them. I think it's nice. Actually, I'll throw Houndoom's in A. I think Houndoom stands out a bit more than Houndour. But Houndoom shiny is actually not bad. I think it's like I said, I think it's a little more yellow. I don't think it's quite as orange, but I think it stands out really nice more than Houndour. Kingdra shiny. I think Kingdra is a great shiny. We'll throw it in A. I think it's a great shiny though. I think it is a great shiny compared to the original. I like Kingdra's original blue, but I think this pink looks really nice as well. It's nice. It's almost like purple. It's almost that weird like middle ground, and I think it looks really nice. Fanpea Donphan. I think Donphan's really stands out, and I actually really like that orange. Fanpea's is very not different, but I think Donphan's looks really nice. That nice orange, and he changed the body to that green. It does look really nice. It does look really nice. Would definitely go for that shiny just for that over the original. Porygon 2, much like Porygon 1, I like the colors on it, so we'll throw it in A. Stantler, I think the green actually makes Stantler look like a Pokemon. Let's be honest, because Stantler is one of the most forgettable basic Pokemon. It doesn't even look like a Pokemon. Like, that's how boring it is. But the shiny actually kind of makes it look like a Pokemon. You know, it gives it a different color at least. So I think it does the job at making Stantler a little more likable. So we'll throw it at B. Smeargle, I'm not a big fan of it. The green to red, I feel like if they maybe would have made the paintbrush like some different colors, like they would have mixed like 3 colors, like maybe red, blue, yellow or something. I think that would have looked really nice and mixed them together. Because it's like a painter, right? So it's gonna have a lot of paint on its tail, but instead it just changed it to 1 color. Not a big fan. Tyrogue, I actually really like these 2 shinies. I really like these 2 shinies. They make them kind of gray. They make the skin kind of gray, but the way the other colors stand out, I like it. I like it a lot. More babies that suck. Elekid's whole line just sucks. Electivire gets like blue on it. It just sucks. It's not good shinies. Magby's is a little bit better. It's definitely different than the original. You can tell that it's different from the original, and I think it looks better. I like Magmortar. I like the journey there, so I definitely would get Magby just to get Magmortar, but I wouldn't mind Magby on its own. Miltank, I actually like the blue. I like the blue. Miltank's a weird Pokemon, but I like the blue on it. Blissey doesn't change, not really at least, so it's an easy D tier for me. I was about to say I thought Entei wasn't on this list, but you guys don't actually go first. Tyranitar, Pupitar, Larvitar. Larvitar is actually really good. I think it looks better in game, like this pixel doesn't really do too much this pixel art. I think it looks better in 3D, actually is what I meant to say. I think it looks better in 3D. Pupitar is subtle change, but I like the purple on it, but it's still pretty average. Tyranitar is, I'll also throw it Larvitar. I don't think it's insane. I think original Tyranitar's color is better, but I still think it's a nice change. They kind of made the skin, I think if they would have made it pop a little more, kind of like Larvitar's, they made it a little more purple on the belly, I think it would look nice, but I still don't think it's fine. I think it's good. I mean, it's good. Raikou, Sweet, and Entei. I think they're all very solid. My legendary rules go out the window because I'm not always gonna put legendaries up there, but I think all three of these are very solid shinies. I think all three of them are very solid shinies. Nice simple changes. Simple, that's all you need sometimes, and it works. It works effectively. Raikou, sorry for the card on right, looks more like a tiger, like it really stands out there. Entei looks like a dog. I still don't understand what cat it's supposed to be, if all three of these supposed to be cats. Can't, Sabretooth, I guess, probably. Actually, yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of still. Anyways, I think Sweet's supposed to be a cheetah. But it still works. I like it. I like all three of these shinies, are very solid. Ho-Oh also S. Celebi's I think is an A. I think Lugia is like a B. Lugia, I think Lugia actually would have benefited. I think if they had done kind of like Croconaw and Totodile, if they had maybe changed the skin kind of like that, but like a lighter blue, I think it would have looked nice. And maybe done the belly like even keeping the belly the same color, just changing the white. I think they would have changed the white to like a green almost. I think it would look nice, but Lugia's is pretty average. But the other legendaries, I think Celebi's is good. I think so. Yeah, I think Celebi is great. I don't know. Original Celebi really stands out more to me. I like the green, but at the same time, I really like the sort of like radish. It almost looks like a radish kind of. But yeah, those are my rankings. Though it's actually very even. Looking at the tiers, it's very even across the board. Wow, I'm actually surprised. You can see in D tier, it's just a lot of like pretty boring, basic, not very different shinies. The average ones, subtle changes, but nothing crazy. B's like pretty good. B's like would probably catch this over the original. A's would catch this over the original, and S is like, yeah, very agree. But you can see I love the way vibrant colors like just kind of stand out. And that's what really put up. But anyways, that is my Generation 2 shiny Pokemon tier list video. If you guys enjoyed the video, and if you are new here, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Also go check out my socials. My Twitter and Instagram are both in the description. They're both at Hermit_. Also stream over on Twitch at @LonelyHermit__. That is also in the description. Go ahead and go check those out. Drop follows while you're there, and be sure to share the socials with your friends, family, everyone you know. Let the people know Lonely Hermit's where it's at, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.